when terror was unleashed. But even before that, you remember they made sure there was communication blackout. They vandalized all telephone masts of Lwemiyaga, Ntusi, Chera, Nabitanga. All telephone masts were vandalized. So there was a communication blackout. Yes. And that is not Rwashande's capacity. That is not the capability of General Rwashande, no. I think some other forces took over this election. And you could see gun-wielding operatives, soldiers of the UPDF. They are the ones who grabbed the people's mandate. Of course, in the picture they put General Rwashande. But General Rwashande is just a picture. But the UPDF, commanded by General Muhoozi, are the ones that grabbed the people's mandate. We had over 30 drones vehicles, over 40 double cabin pickups. And some of the officers are known, they are State House officers. They were causing mayhem. But most critically is when they chose to grab the mandate of the people. They had the man all right, but they shot at us. They shot at me the second time. The first time, Lieutenant Ziwa killed Fred Sembus, injuring my finger in the process. And some other young man called Moses Tubengana. Now the same Ziwa lieutenant who shot and killed a person in Lwemiyaga was now on the 17th at a place called Kakombe, stroke Kasusano. Again was the one in action. So where do you find that impunity? Of course, he has the backing of the Chief of Defense Forces. And very unfortunate. But worse, they have manipulated the intelligence report to the president, because I learned that the president was informed that it is Ssekikubo and his people who attacked the army. False. Liars, liars, liars. They fabricate reports, intelligence reports to the president. This country, by the way, is in bigger trouble. Because if the president could get to know the facts, they were using AI to manipulate a dead man's hand that he died while still holding a stone. And yet the president is aware that they can have you in a photo at your wedding, whereas you've never been wedded. They can have you at an aeroplane, whereas you've never boarded any single plane. This is how they used AI to give a false report to the president. I want to assure Ugandans, and I want to assure the president, that we are law-abiding. But why is the army getting involved in the politics of the people and their democracy? Why is the president sending brothers who want to kill me? I have a communication here. We voted on 17th. But on 16th, I was forced to come back here to ask Tanga. And even I met the Secretary General, Todwong. Because I had also gotten intelligence reports that they intend to kill me at the Tari Center. I came here to ask them, I'm dying tomorrow. I put it to them. They said they're going to beef up security. Of course, they did not. But three things are coming up. The grabbing of the people's mandate by the army, the military, this is very clear. Number two, the brutality meted out on the people. People's lives are being lost. So far in Lwemiyaga, we have lost 2 people. 2 persons in Lwemiyaga. One died of bullet shots of Lieutenant Ziwa, and another one of sticks. He was caned in the night, and he died, and he has been buried today. So what we are going through is this cycle of violence. But for those of you who know President Museveni, for the soldier to use a gun paid for by the taxpayers, he kills and he continues deployed in service continues deployed in the area. I think Lieutenant Zwa was brought with a mission to have me killed. And indeed what you saw on that day, from nowhere, we had 2 long queues of Ssekikubo. And Rwashande had only 4 people in his line. Then he ordered Terembwe to beat those dogs. That's how they were started beating people. And the police, which the president promised us, you see, we are a bit sorry. We are aggrieved. The president gave us false hopes. He told us that from henceforth, the police are going to lead the election process. The army are staying back. But what happened in Lwemiyaga, the army took over. That's why when they were shooting, beating, for over 15 minutes, the police was around there, but they couldn't come. After all was over, then the police came quietly, stopping, looking, until when they arrived at the venue. So to the people of Lwemiyaga, we are hurt. This is not what we aspired for. This is not the democracy the president promised the people of Uganda, and the president is fed on lies, on bad intelligence, on mudslinging, and indeed the president needs to take a look at all that is happening in this country, whether NRM has any more message to give to the people. Because if people are being killed in an NRM exercise.
What do you want the tribunal to do for you, Honorable?
For us, we are here to seek the overturning of that declaration they made. They declared Rwashande erroneously. He did not win. He did not win. What happened was a power grab. He did not win.
So what next?
We are here. We come with open hands. We come before the tribunal. That is the route we are supposed to take. Rwashande must come and answer for the violence meted out on the people.
We saw the declaration from occurring at 88%.
I had been leading Rwashande up to around 9 p.m. Now when it was realized I was leading, that's how they rounded up. They rounded up all sub-county registrars and took possession of all the other forms. They changed them. That's why, as you've heard Honorable Joy Kabasi saying, the whole of Kewaya, LC1, where Honorable Joy even votes from, she was never allowed to vote for herself. She was never allowed. And I think you can see she's an enlightened honorable member. But if a person, a minister, a former minister that can be denied the right to vote, how about the ordinary people? The violence they meted out in front of her eyes, they beat up her person, a member from the village, in full view of everybody. And they grabbed their phones, destroyed them. So to me, what happened was not an election. It was a power grab, and we are here to protest that, because that is not the NRM way. That's not the NRM way.
What is next if they fail to respond positively?
The CDF is the chief of defense forces. He's not the chief of civilians. But in the defense forces, we are all Ugandans. And we all have no issues with him. The CDF will have no issues, we have no personal issues against him. We look forward to seeing how we can all contribute to this country. He's making his contribution to the country. We are also trying ours. But I think we have no differences. There are no cross-cutting differences between us. Only that in our respective ways, we are all Ugandans. We are all moving in the same direction. We want peace, we want progress, we want development. I wish him well. I wish him all the best. I have no bad words against him. I don't have them. He's serving his country. And therefore, I would pray that when he's serving his country, he considers all of us. By the way, today's opponent is your tomorrow's friend. And I think as he's climbing the ladders, he should be aware of that. He should take a leaf from his father. His father is working with his former enemies, former friends, and that's the way to go. You can't dwell on the past. You can't dwell on rumors, because he must understand that they are people, they are opportunists. Opportunities are always there. It's how you take a look at them and how you manage and exercise statecraft.
Becoming independent?
No, I don't have that in mind, because I've petitioned the NRM Electoral Commission. I have no doubt that they will be on my side. As to what happens next, I don't know. For me, for now, I'm petitioning the NRM Electoral Commission. It will depend. Of course, I will be naive to say that all I'm looking at is this. Let's wait, let's cross the river. When we reach it.
Manyago.
Manyagambi, Joy Kafura Kabati. I was studying in Lwemiyaga constituency. It is true I've been totally ignored. It's like the only people standing is Honorable Ssekikubo and Honorable General Rwashande. But I've been in the race. And let me tell you, General Rwashande's votes are mine. He grabbed my votes. There were no DRA forms for me. Everything, I was totally ignored, like I did not play any part. And I have been in that election before against Honorable Ssekikubo in the last elections. I got 5,600 votes. Really. I'm standing now and I'm totally ignored just because I was not fighting. I fought nobody. My complaint about these elections is that they came in as the army with sticks, they beat our people, they beat a young man in front of me for no reason, because General Rwashande had ferried people to the voting place. And they call names and his people come in. People he had ferried from, I don't know, Kampala or what, they go in, and these young people who are residents of the place say, "That's my name." And then he ordered that they are beaten. And they were beaten. A young man nearly lost his life. After beating him, they threw him on the pickup. We had to get him out and have him treated. I was lucky that I didn't lose that young man. So these elections were really about fighting, about sticks beating people, about guns being cocked. We are really unhappy. We didn't expect this. We are not combining forces to fight. We are combining forces to complain, to petition against what happened in these elections. These NRM elections, why should we have people die? Why should people cock guns? Why should young people be beaten? What is all this? I was asking Rwashande, what is all this? Why are you ordering that they beat people? You saw how they were waving sticks everywhere. This is not what we want in Lwemiyaga. If you want to get rid of Ssekikubo as an MP, do it by vote, not by gun, not by sticks, not by rigging, not by whatever happened in these elections. I'm totally against it. And I've jointly joined Honorable Ssekikubo's petition. We want people to vote for the one they want as an MP, because that is democracy. It's not about beating and putting people in line and carrying people from elsewhere. Where we voted, our register had 242 people. They refused to count my people. They put his. And even when they signed theirs, they put 500 something. This is voting in the village, in my farm. Oh, the total number of people there, 202. And he signs that he has won with 500. I am unhappy that these people have destroyed our democracy. I'm unhappy that he stood and said, for me, for Joy Kabati's votes, you will vote for him, and I will grab them up there. And indeed, he grabbed all my votes.